What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Beautiful morning out here in Michigan. It's actually starting to feel like deer season a little bit. I got this Sidekick bow holder in just the other day. I've been playing with it on my .5, and you can see I have the quick draw on there as well. And I just kind of been playing with them and seeing which one I like better. The Sidekick, obviously, it's great quality. It's kind of like a third hand, but it folds out of the way. So we're gonna do a quick little video and just kind of show you guys my thoughts and opinions and whether or not it's a viable option. It's relatively cheap, 50 bucks. I mean, some guys might say 50 bucks is a lot to hold a bow, but yeah, let's just do a quick little review on it and let's get stuck in. All right, here it is, the Sidekick. It's actually very easy to install. When you pull it out of the box, it's a little intimidating because there's so many washers. But you got this, what they're calling crush washers. It's just a washer you bend. So you can see I have it bend on each side. And then there's like two, I don't know what material those are. It's not metal. Two strange washers. Maybe it is metal, I don't know. Fiberglass? Maybe it's fiberglass. And then everything else, there's some nylons that go on the bottom here. So that allows this thing to pivot. That was the big complaint with the third hand archery one, is that it was always sticking out. It was always catching on brush. If you hunt like me in swamps and stuff, you know that's not going to work. So this is my starting location, and I might actually try it right here too. I have to pull the quick draw off, but I'll go ahead and start here. You just take 7/16 on top, 7/16 on bottom, and it's very simple to put on. So like I said, these crush washers are what are kind of holding it in there. Obviously it's tight too. I have no fear of losing this or it falling off. I bent it on either rung. So let's go ahead and get this on a tree. We'll put it on a tree and then we'll throw the bow on there and see how it fits. See, I got the O-rings on there too. A lot of people already are complaining about these little nubs right here, that they're calling them the bow scratchers, limb scratchers, which that's very scary. I do not want to scratch my limb, so I'd be super careful with the testing. And then I would probably, honestly, I was talking with Zach, he was talking about cutting them off, but I think what I would do is just tape them first, stealth strip them or something. Definitely don't want to scratch a limb. All right, so this is a Hoyt Axius Ultra 34 axle, and I wouldn't say that I guess my limbs are a little parallel, but it goes in pretty good. But I don't know, it's maxed out for sure. It's definitely maxed out. I mean, it's kind of, there's some rocking in there a little bit. I'm kind of bumping it. I don't know, I don't think it's gonna fall out of there, but I thought it'd be a little more solid, to be honest. I guess it's gonna be difficult to see how this works for a lot of different bows. There's so many different bows out there. It's relatively quiet putting it in. Obviously, if you go too far, you can see it's hitting back here. I could just stealth strip that. That'd be easy enough to fix. Definitely would have to fix that. And go ahead and hop in the stand here and see how functionality it works for how I hunt. It might be better to have it further out for me. So that's going to be pretty close to my leg and my, I'm sitting on. This is a .5. It's not a 1.0. So I'm in the stand now, and I've been kind of bouncing around and moving around, and the bow does move, but it's not terrible. It's not falling out, that's for sure. I'm not able to reach down and grab the handle like I'd want. I have to actually grab it on the riser here, and then you kind of have to like pull it way back to get it out. If you had and this is for my bow at least, if you had a big mature buck coming in, man, I don't know if you can really slide that thing out fast enough. And I'm not playing around. I mean, it is a little bit harder to get my bow in there and get it out. All right, so like I said, I have to really kind of push mine in like way back like that. I don't have another bow to show you, but I mean, it's pretty solid in there. If you bumped it, I don't think it's coming out. I think it's a cool product. You know, they said that you can get some different size spacers for guys with more parallel limb bows. I think that's definitely what I'm probably going to need. But I think it's pretty cool. I think I would like it up here better though. I'll go ahead and try that. One thing I did notice with my bow is if it got hit this way, it would literally fall right out. So, I don't know, man. I'm not knocking the product because I think it's a cool idea. It's just, I don't know. If you hit that, my literally bow would just fall right out. It would come all the way around. It might not fall to the ground, but there's no telling the damage that could, ensue. I don't know. All right, so I moved the Sidekick to the outer last crotch, and it doesn't seem to interfere with my backpack straps. I did reinstall them. I had them off for doing some other testing, but this is a much better location. You know, I'm a heavy guy, so my platform flexes. So you can see the bow moves quite a bit, and that's no different from when I had the quick draw on there. It does the same thing. You know, that's a trade-off. You got a platform mounted, bow mount. You move, your bow's moving. You know, are you going to be willing to live with that versus if you have, your bow mounted here, where I like to have it, even though you're not supposed to use screw-ins on public. But, if you're hunting private, I would 100% go with the screw-in. One of those real tree hangers are real nice that comes out and the bow's out in front of you, because that's what I like to do. I just like to reach up, grab my bow. This one, it's a public land hanger. But you can see my particular bow, how I have to angle it back like that to put it in. Once it's in, it's solid. It's just if you hit this too far, see that? If you hit it too far that way, it's coming out. So I think it's a viable option. I think it's a cool product. I think it'll work for a lot of guys. I don't know if it works for me. I just really don't. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. All right, so I reached out to Zach Robb, Mobile Hunters United, good guy. And I tell you what, if you're not messaging him at least like 10 times a day, you got to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. You got to get them pumped up. But he is a great, valuable asset and resource. And it didn't take him long to tell me something I should have realized myself, to go ahead and move my little rubber thing on my bow. And I'll show you close up. Move the rubber dampener and then mount it more this way, so you can see now I've introduced the forward lean, way more solid. Definitely feels much better this way. Let me show you guys up close. So yeah, definitely much better. And when you're actually sitting in the stand, it's much more out of the way now. So, definitely a good tip. Thanks, Zach Robb, guy with 2 first names. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's a cool bow holder. I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if it's the worst. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to play with. I've had it for 3 or 4 days now. Getting ready to go on a velvet hunt in Kentucky, so we're gonna go ahead and put it through the ringer, do some testing, and maybe in a couple weeks we'll make a follow-up video. But you gotta ask yourself, is 50 bucks, is it worth it? You can buy the quick draw for 28. I think it works pretty darn good too. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, it's really, You know, if you're gonna be all in custom gear, you know, it's a cool product. It's nice. It folds out of the way. Definitely quality made. Probably lasts forever. It's just, you know, even still, if I bump this thing can fall out backwards. I was hitting it side to side. It didn't feel like it would fall out. So this review. If you like videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. If not, that's okay. And we'll see you on the next time. Peace.